Join me for some very interesting information on how facial masks came to be, the ingredients that they used, the tactics that they used, all while wearing one of the creations that came about that. Hello, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me. My name is Mary. I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. Well, today is Mask Monday, so happy Mask Monday, ladies. And everyone else who decided to do a mask today, happy Mask Monday to you as well. Well, today we're going to be talking about some very interesting things of how facial masks came to be, what ingredients they used, the things that they did for the sake of beauty. And I'm going to start with the initial place where it started almost 5,000 years ago, and some of the ones that were a little bit more drastic in between, and finally ending with the ones that we have today. So first we're going to talk about one of the ones that was created out of all of that kind of investigative experimental things. This is the Frank Body, and it's the glow mask caffeinated. I need coffee, but I don't drink coffee anymore, so this will have to do. And this is a mask that I have not used it. I just opened it up, but the things that I read when I was reading the back kind of left me a little puzzled that they would even put it here. And I'm going to go ahead and just read the whole thing, and then we'll go ahead and talk about what they said. It says, glow on, I dare you. For bouncy skin, apply a thick layer 2 to 3 times a week. Massage into the skin and leave for 10 minutes. Rinse and glow. And this says that it is 99% naturally derived. Coffee awakens. Shea butter hydrates. I couldn't read the letters. They were so small. And then goji berry brightens. So those are the things that it has. It says it is tested on babes, not bunnies. I don't know how I feel about that statement, but and then further down it says babes who read the fine print get rewarded. Not sure what that means either, but they wrote it. So now let's go ahead and get into the information that I found. And I will link the websites down below. I will be paraphrasing some of the things that I discovered on there, but let's go ahead and get started. And we're going to start right at the beginning, which is where I found, and several websites led me to the same place. And this says that, I'm going to go ahead and start with the title first. It says, History of the Beauty of Face Masks. And we look at sheet masks as simple and fun. That's how we see them now. But let's get some facts on what they did back then that I don't know if I would call it fun anymore. It says back in India, or let me back up a little bit. It says dermatologists may raise their eyebrows nowadays if they only knew what they were using and creating, testing back then. So let's go ahead and start with India. And India is where several of the websites led me. And that's almost 5,000 years ago that India had a holistic lifestyle group of people. And they had something known as the Ayurveda, which is life of knowledge. And it's spelled Ayurveda. So I'm hoping I didn't butcher that, but more than likely, knowing me, I did. So like I said, that means life and knowledge. And they believed that by using the face masks, it was almost like a sacred thing for them. They believed they would create the first cosmetic product. So that is what, that is what they believed. Some of the ingredients that they used for that are herbs and plants, and those would be something like aloe vera, turmeric flowers, and they would use them on special occasions. So all of their little rituals for face masks were done like for weddings, things to that event that the women were the ones that were the focal point. So that was like a reward for them, just for beauty. Then we go into Egypt. In Egypt, and we all know, well, at least I've heard so many stories, read so many stories as well, of Egyptians being extremely vain. Their looks were ultimate. That is all they cared about, how they looked. And for that, they went to extremes of creating the clay mask. They believed that they would cleanse their skin and be able to bring out any impurities and therefore get a beautiful complexion, which made them beautiful. And they also incorporated later on milk, or like milk, honey, egg whites, and the egg whites they used for brightening and a glowy skin. And egg whites was actually something that my aunt, one of my mom's baby sisters, she used to put it in oatmeal and create a mask, and it was supposed to be for glowy skin and cleanse the skin. It dried out my skin, and it more than likely had to do with the oatmeal, because the oatmeal would absorb a lot of the improperties, or the impurities, not improperties, the impurities in your skin. So for me, that had a different effect than it did on my aunt, and that's just my skin. So I stopped using the oatmeal, and they would just put the egg white on my face. I don't know. Talk about egg on the face, right? So there was one ingredient that was drastic for them, and that's probably one of the ones that they were talking about that said that scientists nowadays would actually frown on that, and that was that it was rumored that one of their main ingredients was actually crocodile dung. So then we go into China. And again, another name that I may butcher, but I'm going to go ahead and spell it out first. And it's Y-A-N-G, and the second name is G-U-I-F-E. And she was known as one of the 4 ancient beauties of China. She actually helped create, she was actually from the Tang dynasty in China. And she used such ingredients as jade, pearl, there was one more, jade and pearl, and they would just crush those to create a powder that they would then put into what they would put on their faces. They also used tea leaves, ginger root, and lotus flower. Lotus flower, I have heard that they do put in a lot of the different products nowadays, so that is something. I think Perlice, if I'm not mistaken, I'll go ahead and put it down below. One of the products that I have used recently actually has lotus flower in it, so it still is in use today. Most of these ingredients pretty much are, with the exception of the crocodile dung, I hope. And let's go ahead and go on to Rome. In Rome, they also use such ingredients as plants and herbs, so they kind of took it a little bit further back into the herbs, and they used honey, vinegar, oils to do their mediums for their masks. But they believed that by using snail ashes and human placenta, that would hydrate and make them youthful. So I don't know. I know I've used snail slime before, but snail ashes, I don't think I'd be too grossed out about that. But human placenta, I don't know if I could do that. Let's go ahead and go to the New Ancient World, and they were known to use things to cause pale skin. That was the thing back in the Queen Elizabeth days and people like that. It was kind of like the Baroque area, where they were using leeches to put on their faces, and somehow that would make them look pale. I don't know how that would even work. If anything, the leeches would probably turn them red with irritation. That's just me. But they also used calf and hare blood. I know for a fact I would not put that on my face. I may be putting it on my face. I don't know. Hopefully not. But those are some of the things that they used, and that was known to eliminate freckles and dark spots. So the things we do for beauty. I don't know if I could do that. Then we have another drastic ingredient that was used to create beautiful skin. And these, it didn't say specifically where these were used. It says that they would use lead and mercury combined with olive oil and honey. And they even went, after using those and knowing that they were harmful, went back to the Cleopatra type ingredients and went back to the egg whites once again, because they realized that that was what was going to make their skin glowy. So that was a very popular thing, the egg white, in several of the places that I was able to read about. They also use lemon, as that is known to brighten the skin. So there's another way of having pale skin. I don't know. Then we move on to the 19th century, and that was when Madame Helen Rowley from Ohio, United States now, created what was known as the toilet mask and the face glove. So those were things that she created, and it says that she created it. And the only thing I can think of describing, because that's what came to my mind, is those silicone topping masks that are used to keep the sheet masks in place. Except add straps that you have to tie around your head in order to keep them. And it says that they would wear them overnight to help heal their skin. So that didn't last very long because it was known to be suffocating. So they took it off immediately. So it was not long lived. Then we go into, now we're going into the 20th century, and that was 1960s, 1980s. In the 1960s is when cleansing of the skin or skincare became a very highly used and highly advertised thing. So they went into the cleansing. Doesn't talk about anything about masks, but in the 1980s, collagen came to the light, and a lot of talk on collagen came to be, and that was only for the rich, because the rich were the only ones that were able to afford it, because that kind of product only went into the spas and the beauty places. So once again, the rich were the beneficial for that. Then we go into 2010. And 2010 was a breaking point of masks becoming a commodity, because in 2010, K-Beauty came to be, and they started soaking their masks in serums to start off with. Now we know that they use essences and other ingredients that are soaked into the mask itself that will bring a lot of benefits to your skin. However, there were a lot of controversies on whether these ingredients were actually doing good for the skin, or if it was just a lot of hype and advertisement that caused people to believe that their skin was being had benefits by using the masks. The controversies, I think, are still there because there is still a lot of competition. Is it really hydrating your skin, or do you know that, or do you say you're getting hydration because you're hearing it all over the place and that's what you believe, so you apply it you apply it and wear it believing that that's what it's going to do, so therefore your skin feels that it did. That's a lot of controversy going on. I don't know. I personally, with some of these masks, I do feel the hydration. I do feel the moisture that is in my skin. So I don't know. Is it hype because I heard it, or is it really doing that for my skin? I believe it is, but that's just me. Then we go into now, today, where we have so much variety on masks. Now we have hydrogel, sheet masks, clay masks, peel-off masks, cream mask, which is what I'm wearing now, and all the way into legs, arms, bottoms, bosoms, bellies, under eyes. So the masks have become it's actually overwhelming if you're going into a sheet mask place, or you see so many sheet masks, you don't know which one to choose. What are you going to do? Are you going to hydrate? Are you going to cleanse? Are you going to detoxify, exfoliate? There are so many things nowadays that you can select from, and to some degree that is great because you have a variety of things that you can pick and choose from, but it becomes overwhelming when you don't know what your skin really needs. Pay attention to your skin. I do it as often as I am able to catch my skin telling me what it needs and do what your skin is asking you to do. And finally, after all of that research from almost 5,000 years ago, we come to today on Monday, where beautiful ladies created. And I want to say I know who the person that created Mask Mondays is, but I really don't. If I do find out, I will put it down below in the description box. If any of you know, please let me know. I was invited to the group. I decided to take on Mask Mondays, and that's where I'm at with the information. So if you do know who started Mask Mondays, please put it down in a comment so that I'm able to then give credit where credit is due. So almost 5,000 years of trying to get skin perfected, and now we have Mask Mondays, where a lot of beautiful ladies and men do masking just for relaxation, just to have a great time and have a lot of benefits for their skin. So that is all I have on this Mask Monday for the history of masks. Let me go ahead and wash off the mask that I have on and come back and let you know how my skin feels with that. And I have now rinsed off my mask. And once again, it is the Frank Body Glow Mask Caffeinated. And caffeine is known as an ingredient that does wake up the skin. I have used caffeinated scrubs, body scrubs, and that's what I've used, and they feel amazing. This is not the exception. It feels really nice on my face. It does, or it did, leave it very, very soft. I did not apply the rest of my skincare routine this morning just to bring it to the screen. I'm not sure if it's coming through, but I have not applied anything else. I just rinsed off the mask, and it feels almost as if I have applied moisturizer already. It's not dry in the least. Feels amazing. The only thing I had issues with was trying to remove it from my skin, because I had to use a little more water than I normally would have with any other mask to remove it, because it is so thick and creamy that it was hard to try and get it off. But the end results are amazing. It feels moisturized already. So that was it for Mask Monday, history on the masks. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below in the comment section regarding anything that I talked about, or if you have additional information that maybe I would love to be able to hear, please do so in the comment section. That is it. Have a very, very nice and beautiful Monday, and I will see y'all in the next video. Until then, stay blessed, stay safe, smile always. Bye.